Alright, back for the long overdue Azusa video this time. I don't know why I waited so long to play this deck. I kept playing that Duretti, hoping it would somehow be good. It's not, by the way. The 4-1 result was a bit of an anomaly. I had a few 3-2s, and then anyway, we're not talking about Duretti. Not a super competitive deck, even less so than it may have appeared in the previous video. Azusa, though, has been impressing me a lot. I mentioned in one of my prior videos, it's kind of like a mix between a Nissa deck and my favorite Gitrog monster deck. It's an amalgamation of the two in the sense that it's got some graveyard, wasteland shenanigans, recursion like Realms Uncharted and Crucible of Worlds on a stick, ramming up Excavator, Tireless Tracker. Anyway, it's another lands deck, but it ramps kind of like a Nissa deck. Yeah, it's right up my alley. I like lands. I like casting big things. I like wastelanding people. If we could fit some counter spells in here, I'd be happy as a pig in shit. Anyway, up against Prossh, which is not a popular commander in the 1v1 format. Anyway, I've only played against them once before. Prossh, that is, not this opponent in particular. This hand's not great, actually. But I guess this is just hot fire against them. They can sacrifice them all, right? They can sacrifice at will, so maybe it's actually bad. It's got to turn to Azusa, which is very important. There's lands like this are in the deck for the sole what's happening in that picture, by the way? Anyway, Jesus Christ. Yeah, like generally not a great land, but having a turn to Azusa is often just so important that it's worthwhile. I gotta keep it. Fuck it. Yeah, the Ulamog is gonna get stuck in our hands, so like I would say that we could crop rotate for I'm sorry, I'm horrible at card names, but a card that lets you draw a card when you're empty-handed. But I think we're just gonna have to Mikokoro. I can't even pronounce the card names when they're right in front of me. Never mind remember them when they're not. All right, Life from the Lone's pretty great. It all worked out. I take full credit. Yeah, just gonna start doing Life from the Lone stuff. That's the plan. Oh, we don't have any green mana. That's unfortunate. Oh, I'm just so good at this game. Alright. Yeah. If I had another green source, I'd consider crop rotating so we can get even greedier. What am I saying? This is gonna be great. I'm gonna start wastelanding people. They have a lot of basics and mana dorks, so maybe that's not actually very good. Gonna wait on this defense. Probably just have us both draw a card at the end of their turn here. Can they cast? This commander just costs so much mana. And like I get that it scales in that it produces more tokens when you're recasting it, but like then you're paying 8 mana? I don't know, man. mogged by then. 3 creatures. It's the magic number. But they're going to be able to sacrifice them before it matters, I think. And I wasn't expecting them to... Did they just... I'm really tired. I should have done this in response. I don't normally use that as an excuse or whatever, but I'm legitimately like exhausted. But sorry, the correct line, if you're curious, was to fetch and then draw a card in response and dredge Life from the Loam back to our hand in response to the Deathrite Shaman activation. I don't know what I was doing. I was like reading Prossh or something. Rambling. So we have 7 mana, but nothing really to do from there. It's probably alright. It's probably still correct to play this. I don't know what our opponent's going to do about it. Yeah. I mean, we could Ancient Strings because we're likely to find a land that would replace the mana that we would use to cast Ancient Strings, but I want to find a better use for Ancient Strings in the future, rather than just finding a random untapped land. Yeah, that was an odd board, quote-unquote trick with the Life from the Loam too. I don't think our opponent should have made that play, but we were F6'd enough or whatever. I'm not paying attention. Kind of a big deal. I feel like we're reasonably far ahead already, but it certainly would improve the quality of our hand and board state, whatever. We'd be in a much better position with the Life from the Loam than not having it now. Back down to only 5 mana. He's going to cast Prossh and then probably do nothing and then do scary things on the following turn. So far there's not a lot of payoff that he has going on. In terms of sacrificing all the creatures he's going to produce. I don't think he's going to be able to sack, 17 creatures to one-shot me? Surely that's the plan here, is to cast Prossh. I can't imagine him doing anything else. Looks like he's trying to keep a red up. I don't know what that signifies. Maybe nothing. It's a good card. Right. I keep expecting this to have reach. I think it's the Primordials. It's the Sylvan Primordial that does. Alright, we're gonna look for a land to get some counters on these bad boys. Yeah, I do like cycling. Alright, maybe let's think about this a bit more. What can we crop rotate into? Not much. I want to make sure we can cast the defense. That's probably what we're it's probably going to be the turn here. Yeah, for those interested in playing the deck, You gotta watch your time. Not as much as with Gitrog. Certainly way more than with Nissa. But I did time out, and I generally pride myself on being a quick player. There's a Buried Ruin Mindslaver lock on my opponent with 5 minutes left, and I couldn't get it done in time. I was on my laptop, so it was kind of a pain in the ass, but yeah, you can Mindslaver with like what, 13 mana and a Crucible of Worlds in play. You can Mindslaver lock people, but you still have to find a way to win, because like if you're playing Mono Blue Tron and Modern, you're using Academy runes to put on top of your library, so you eventually deck your opponent, which, my god, would take forever in Commander. But anyway, you do actually have to win the game through normal means, which is fairly easy because you're drawing an extra card. Like, you're drawing a card for turn, unlike... Oh, I'm just dead. Fuck. Yeah, there's no Glacial Chasm in the deck either, which I think makes sense. But there are spots where you'd want it. This is one of them. Obviously, like, we couldn't cast it, but had we been cognizant of the Crater Hoof, which he just naturally had, yeah, like getting a Glacial Chasm might not have been that terrible. There's a Maze of Ith in the deck, which I've just always been unimpressed with. We're conceding here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, we're back for game 2. We have the turn 2 Azusa. Turn 1 Azusa? Turn 1 Azusa. So obviously that's fantastic. We're doing like stone nothing otherwise, but that's fine. You keep a hand with you keep a hand like this 100% of the time. You just hope on counting into the haymakers that are in your deck, similar to like Tron. Maybe I should stop making comparisons to Modern. Maybe you guys aren't super familiar with that format, but for me, I find this deck analogous to Tron. You just want to keep the mana, and the gas will come, because a lot of the cards in your deck are just like ridiculous haymakers that end the game right away. So it's important to sequence. Like, we could have played these, not in this case, but there are instances where you can play stuff out like this. I should talk about this during his turn. There's another one of these lands that regenerates creatures. So there are ways to protect Azusa without giving your opponent priority, where you can play specific lands out in certain orders, so that you play these, something like this out, where in this case it gives it +1/+1, which could save it from removal, similar to the regeneration clause. But anyway, another interesting line that the deck has access to. I think we could cast Sundering Titan, but I'm going to wait. I'm just going to wait. Wait till he cracks that Misty. I guess I'm greedy. There's no counter spells in the deck, you might as well wait. Gotta get maximum value out of the haymakers that we do draw. Most of the time, honestly, I just ignore my opponents and then kind of feel bad afterwards. I just don't have much to say usually. Uh-oh. Could be on the Kiki Jiki line. But it's hard to pay for triple red when you got no lands. I just love, I don't know, I think I'm a sadist or something. I love destroying lands. Alright, we're gonna do some of that. Might as well. Alright. It still retains the ability. Yeah. No reason not to copy that, I don't think. Alright. Let's blow up the world. My opponent's world, anyway. Try and preserve as much of this life and counters here as possible. No reason not to. Well, there's a small reason. We could get our Azusa shocked. I don't really care about the 1-2 right now. Well, yeah, I could have played on turn 2. Oh, this reminds me of another story. In regards to the Mindslaver lockouts, there was another game where I played, I think it was turn 3. It might have been turn 2. I'm pretty sure it was turn 3 Ulamog. I turned 3 Ulamog on my opponent and lost. He like ousted my Ulamog back to my hand, and I had sacrificed a bunch of my lands in order to cast him. It was terrible. I wish I was recording it. Anyway, see you guys later. Alright, we're back up against Prossh again. I think our opponent completed their previous league and then rejoined with the same commander. It's a pretty unexciting hand that I think we have to keep. And cycle this. I don't know. Not firm on why that's in the deck either. It fills the graveyard, I guess, but it's not anything like in Get Rog. It makes way more sense. Like you're not filtering your mana at all. It's a mono green deck. So hope we don't get Crater Hoofed again. All the ramping. We're gonna do stone nothing until turn 3. And then, even then, I'm not really doing anything. Such is the way the deck operates oftentimes, though. I'm gonna play this out because we might draw into lands that we want to play in the future, and we may not have time to play out these forests. But this is a land that we want in play. Like we might need double green at some point, but like if we just keep drawing priority lands that we want to play, we want to make sure that we have gotten this in play rather than a forest. On the other hand, this is exactly what I was alluding to in the previous game, where had I not played this land out earlier, I could now, there would be 3, like let's say, or 2 forests and a Seagate Wreckage, and I could now play the basic forest. You have them all, this card, and then threaten to regenerate it. So maybe that was a mistake. Also definitely a mistake to not play the other land here before giving my opponent priority. Just not playing particularly well, it would seem, today. Expedition map gets its a wasteland. I think I'd rather just have another random draw step to try and draw some gas. Opponent has so much mana already. We can't even take them off of a color. They can't produce black yet by the looks of it, but I don't think there's a reason to cycle that now. There is the Mox Diamond in the deck, but we can't do anything with that additional 1 mana anyway. There's his black mana. This deck could certainly benefit from having 1 mana dorks like this, because getting turn 3 Azusa is very powerful, but it's more important to have basically no creatures in the deck that matter in regards of being targeted with removal spells. I think we just want to play Mindslaver, because this coming turn is going to be his Prossh turn, and if that's the case we can just sack his board, right? And we could do that regardless, so that's probably good. That's unlikely he can play Prossh and then win in the same turn. He's probably looking to set up for the turn after next. So let's try and hold up. Try and hold up the Maya Hollow. There. Yeah, another reason that I kept the hand is this. This is generally all the gas you need. It's slow, but like, if there's one card that you would want in your mono land hand, this is, you know, top 5 in the deck. Good old Fierce Empath. Yeah, so the downside is that he sees it coming. You know, he probably doesn't want to cast Prossh. It has to be another creature, so I can't sack it to itself. Maybe it's still worthwhile to cast, because it's happening regardless. Like, I'm going to cast it if he doesn't cast it. Anyway. I'm sure that's what he's thinking about right now. But then I could just always threaten to crack the Mindslaver. Like, if he's never going to threaten to cast Prossh and try and win the game, I can just sit on Mindslaver and do other stuff. To the extent that I have other stuff to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, can't really do anything. If we draw land, we could work towards, because we can get, oh man, I'm just horrendous with the card's name. I think it's Woodland Bellower. Use this to get Woodland Bellower, and then use Woodland Bellower to get the Crucible of the Worlds on a 2/3 body that costs 3. And then we can start getting back Mindslaver with Buried Ruin. We need 13 mana though to really lock him out of the game with that. And a lot of time on the clock. Alright, opponent's doing nothing. I'm gonna get Woodland Bellower. And wait yet another turn, I think. Yeah. Hope I don't get punished. I don't know what he's gonna do at the end of my turn. I'm assuming it's nothing, but maybe that's a bit ambitious, a bit too hopeful. Could also remove the excavator, which would suck, but not be the end of the world. I think we could have gotten something that would normally be, if we didn't have access to the Mindslaver, Buried Ruin, I would not have gotten Woodland Bellower. So if the Remnant Excavator gets removed, then we will have quote-unquote made the wrong choice, or you know, it won't turn out in our favor. We could have gotten something more impactful, like an Ulamog. But I think we're fine. Opponent did nothing with like 1,000,000 mana in an effort to try and play around Mindslaver, which I think was a mistake, but I imagine they were likely in a tough spot regardless. Yeah. That's fine. We're not at 13 yet, are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No. I think you need 13 in Mono Blue Tron before you can fully lock them out of the game, too. That's funny that it works out to the same amount of mana. Yeah, you do. So let me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if we draw an untapped land, we're Gucci. That's why I played the tap land rather than the Ash Barrens. Not for that reason specifically, but so that we would have access to more mana should we need it, because we didn't need the land on our turn. I don't know what our opponent's getting. I can say it's probably not a Dark Depths Thespian Stage, which, you know, I just can't think of any super impactful lands they'd be getting outside of those, and even those being the most impactful probably wouldn't be good enough right here. Yeah, they just get some boring lands. We could Mindslaver them and sack all their creatures except for Prossh. That's probably what's going to happen. We can Mindslaver them and then put it back in our hand and then cast it again? Question mark. Oh, we can... Maybe we do have enough mana, because we can replay the Buried Ruin after sacrificing it. So, Mindslaver you. Get back Mindslaver. Play Buried Ruin. That's it. That's all she wrote. So what do? I take their turn, and then in this instance of me taking their turn, I cast Prossh and sack everything, and then I guess I can still, and then yeah, beat them to death with Woodland Bellower. And if they block Woodland Bellower, then I beat them to death with the 1/1 squad. They're just never, well, they're getting priority during my turn, but they're never getting to play Magic again. Yeah, I don't want to attack with the Woodland Bellower now, because we're going to sacrifice the prime time, which could otherwise trade with the Woodland Bellower for the attack. Oh wow, yeah, opponent was set up just like I had alluded to. They would have played the Prossh on the turn that we had played the Mindslaver, and then killed us on the following turn with the Crater Rift that we saw in their hand. But they opted not to play the Prossh. But I think they should have just forced me to use the Mindslaver, because they weren't, their position wasn't getting any better. Anyway, we beat them. It was fun. I'll see you guys in the next one. Back for game 4, I think. Question mark. This hand is super sketchy. Horn of Greed is one of the best cards in our deck, as is Courser of Curfix. Currently can't cast either of them. Our turn 1's gonna look like Tectonic Edge. Get a forest with Ash Barrens. It's extremely likely we're gonna find a land. given that we're on the draw on the play, I would like to mulligan this hand. But we really only need one land, which in 2 draw steps is very likely to happen, to find. I should have known. Against Edgar, this hand is not great. Oblivion Stone is helpful. So is Ancient Tomb. Is there any reason to play it out now? Yeah, there definitely is. I think I have to play Ancient Tomb so that we can get our turn 2 Azusa on the go. Try and get up to all his dust. That's probably going to be the plan. Let's not sit through the whole turn. Just do this now. I almost don't want to cast Azusa. I must just want to get the Horn of Greed on the go. But maybe that's greedy. Too greedy to play the Horde of Greed. Alright, so no, I'm gonna play the Horn of Greed, I think. Yeah. So we get more cards. We're actually not worried about our Edgar opponent drawing cards. A lot of the times, most of the times when I'm able to beat this deck, it's because they have Skull Clamp and they're trying to draw cards and outvalue me, but it takes them too long. And we just go over the top of them. So anyway, it's not really about how many cards they have. It's about how many turns it takes them to kill me. And certainly having more cards in hand can help that, but oftentimes mana is the constraint. This is a pretty quick clock. I don't know if we're going to get to all his dust in time. Ibugan helps in that regard. You might not think that to be the case, but it is. Oh fuck. We're just dead. Yeah, I think we're just dead. Because that's 11 damage. And then they just play any creature, sack it for an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. What can we do about that? Nothing. Yeah. We're screwed. We're gonna make our opponent do it anyway, but I'm sure they're competent enough to figure it out. Yeah, I don't think Wasteland's gonna save us. Yeah, we would be all his dusting next turn, but it's not gonna matter. Maybe if I wasteland and we block something, I won't die. Although I doubt it. So I block that and take 3, 6, 12. Go to 1. Yeah. If I wasteland them, they won't have 4 mana to double sack. Or no, that wouldn't work anyway, would it? I don't want to figure this out. Do I have to? Pretty sure we were just dead. They're just gonna sack whatever we block, right? So we block that, they sack it, and then I guess I'm still only taking 12 in that instance. So we might theoretically have outs. Yeah. I think we're on paper not dead. But this turn, but we're effectively dead. Maybe I couldn't have it's possible that wastelanding through that game. This game, I didn't think it through as much as I could have, to be honest. Maybe we were just banking on them not having a fourth land. That was our only out. Because now we're not going to be able to tap the Ancient Tomb, and we have 4 Eldrazi mana. And even if we draw a third, so we have to draw a dual land that comes in untapped and doesn't cause us damage. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Which isn't impossible with the Horn of Greed. Or just a third untapped land. Maybe it's not that unreasonable. Yeah, but then we're still at 1, right? With no, oh no, we won't have Azusa in play. Well, I'm assuming they're going to sack this, but maybe they won't. In which case, we can use Ancient Tomb, I think. Oh, well, that does it too. Alright, see you guys in the next one. Alright, back for the last round here, playing against Breya. Currently 2-2. This hand's slow, but we're playing against a slow opponent, so that's fine. A slow deck, rather. And this says draw a card on it. So that's good. Probably not getting Dryad Arbor with Green Sun Zenith. I think we're gonna want lots of gas going late in the face of counter spells, so I think we can afford to be a turn later with Azusa. All depends. Sometimes Breya can kill you reasonably quickly. So anyway, I'm hanging on to this Green Sun. Given the fetch land, we can maybe with 4 mana try and get the Crucible of the Worlds creature. Ramming up Excavator. There we go. I did it. I remembered a card name. Yeah, if this is like, yeah. So this could be one of the hands that they have where they kill you reasonably quickly. They can play Breya now. And then start hitting me for 6 a turn. That means we get to play Azusa. So we might be okay. But them getting down an early Breya on a turn where I'm not casting a spell that effectively wins me the game is pretty bad. Because normally you want to be in a position where if they cast Breya, you're like resolving a bomb. But now, because we were a touch slow with Azusa and they had an early Breya, they can just beat us to death and hold up counter magic, countering anything that that threatens Breya and keep hitting us in the face. I can pay 2 life to activate Gaia Reach, or I can hold up Tech Edge. I think I'm going to hold up Tech Edge. Don't want to pay the 2 life. Tappy tappy. And attack first. I'd like to take edge this Blood Crypt. The thought of it excites me. Is he gonna kill Azusa with Breya? Maybe that's what he was tapping for. It would kind of make sense. I'd be alright with that. Play Mindslaver. Mindslaver is pretty good against Breya because you can almost always sacrifice her to her own ability and have her go to the graveyard, and then the deck can't win. I say that somewhat jokingly, but they definitely rely on Breya to finish the job. Not a lot of win conditions in the deck otherwise that I can think of. Armageddon is not really a win condition when you're not doing anything afterwards. I don't know. It's gonna let Azusa survive. No? No, it doesn't look like this is him sacrificing. Yeah. It's fine. Are you gonna hold on to that land in your hand? I'd just play it now. I might not even use the tech edge if he plays land, honestly. Because we want to Mindslaver. I don't want to Ancient 2 myself. He didn't have a Daze or Force Spike last turn. I don't think they even play Force Spike. Or Daze, sorry, I don't think they even play Daze. I guess he couldn't have played Daze last turn. Ugh, oh my. He's just going for it. Yeah, I like my manas. My precious manas. Oh my god. Could have got a prime time here instead of just playing this Mindslaver. I don't know that it's necessarily a lot better, but it was something I hadn't considered until I played the Forest. Mindslaver's pretty good. We'll see how many other artifacts they want to sacrifice before I get control of their turn. They could just like dome me for 3 or something and then leave me with not enough artifacts left to kill Breya, because you need Breya and one other artifact. Or like a braid might shit, that would suck. Alright. Should we just mulch and stuff? We could try an Azusa, knowing that if she resolves, we'd have the 4 mana needed to activate Mindslaver, but if she gets countered, then we're just not doing anything for the turn. So, let's not do that. Let's do that. Maybe could have waited on playing the factory and see what I get from mulch. But I don't know. Maybe they're gonna draw an artifact. Like, I assume we're getting dome for 6 here. Or wait. Oh. Can we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah, we can't recast and then use Breya's ability. So maybe this is the even safer line. Maybe he has an artifact in hand or something that he knew we'd be able to sacrifice in conjunction with Breya to have her enter the graveyard. He probably should be doing this on our end step, but it's unlikely to matter. Hashtag never punished. Actually, I hate myself for saying that. Okay, 2 lands in my hand. Those are 2 lands. Cabinet Soul's pretty reasonable. Alright. Show me what you got. I don't like what you got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we draw a land here? No. We're just a regular deck. We can only play 1 land a turn. How boring. Yeah, no, we can do. That sucks. And it's gonna cost 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing me count. Yeah, that kind of stinks. Oh well. Have a peekaboo. See how screwed, in fact, he would have been without Breya. Gotta be some planeswalkers you could reasonably win with, like Jace. Jace is like his only win condition. Jace, Kaya. Yeah, he's like just right boned without access to Breya. Johnny, technically. God, that would be a painful way to lose the game. To Johnny burning you out over the course of eternity. Anyway, we don't really care what's in his deck. Take that. Just good to get in the habit of doing that, even though it doesn't matter in this case. Alright. Probably just getting prime time. I don't know that I am ever going to want to activate Ancient Tomb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Alright. Play this guy. Let's see what we can get at 7. Maybe there's something better. We're not using that 1 mana anyway. We can get like that dude that makes a bunch of tokens maybe. That seems pretty good actually. Maybe better than yeah, probably better than Prime Time actually. If he costs 7. I don't know how much he costs. This guy. I think he's a bit better actually. Yeah, because Prime Time and then Dark Depths Thespian stage just gets chumped for days against these fairy rogues. It's pretty annoying. But the plant squad might be able to get it done here. Alternatively, we can Woodland Bellower for the 3-drop that lets us search for any creature, and then like get some more value that way, but I don't think we have quite that much time. Yeah, but there's a way, like, assuming infinite mana, you get a free 6/5 and 1/1 in conjunction with whatever other big creature you wanted. In this case, we want Avenger's Zendikar. Yeah, there we go. Boom. We got lots of lands. 8 lands. 8 tokens. Soon to be lots of counters. It's gonna take him a while to beat us to death in the air. I think we can beat him to death on the ground before he can beat us to death in the air. So that's good. Just snapping off Breya. You can't kill this yet, so That's good. Ooh, that's good too. Alright. Human. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Human. Yeah, let's just destroy 2 of his lands. That's gotta be good. Do I attack? No. Maybe. What am I attacking for? This gets in for 7 times 3, 21. Oh, yeah, we should attack. Do I force chumps? I think I even force chumps. Do I care if Avenger dies? Alright, let's do this first. I'm missing lethal. If I animate this and attack with everything, no, it's not lethal. But do I? How much do I? Okay. I hate having to figure this out, but I have to figure this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're only getting in for 12 plus 3 is 15. So he doesn't have to block with everything. He only has to block with. I'm just gonna wait. 1 turn. Because these things are gonna get even bigger on our coming turn here. Right? Yeah. So he could kill Avenger. He attacks for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the air, which is kind of a lot, but then I think he dies if he does that. You can pay 4 mana to kill Avenger, send a card. Oh, so he attacks for 5 in the air and then can burn me for a maximum of 6. It's kind of a lot, but not quite enough. And then I think he's dead on the crackback if he does that. I'm not gonna attack. Could be wrong. I'm generally a cautious, patient player. So if there's one to not attack when they should have attacked, I'm near the top of the list. But I think I should have waited. Basically, just because Breya would eat one of my plants. He could make a profitable block there. But that might just not matter. I think we're fine. The most he can do is... Maybe we're not fine. Maybe we're not threatening lethal now. Because certainly if we give him one more turn still with Breya, then we're probably dead. But I think we're threatening lethal. I think it's gonna work out. Everybody calm down. Calm down. I think these plants are just gonna be just massive and crush him. Yeah, so I don't know what the exact math is here. I think, yeah, he only needs to attack with 3. If he attacks with 3 tokens, I think I'm dead, because then he can attack again with the rest of the flying squad. Yeah, I think he could have even attacked with 2. Anyway, fewer than 4. He might need more blockers, right? He's got 4 blockers, and And I've got 9 5/5s. I attack for 25, so I win. You can block and sack on one of the tokens. Do I not win? I don't know. I have to make the play regardless. You can block with Breya, and then sack Breya to give one of the tokens -4/-4. And then he doesn't die? I don't know. Let's just do life from the loam things. Alright. Enters the battlefield. So fetch lands count as double? Yep. I guess they would. Alright. I don't want to do math. I want to attack. And that's what I'm going to do. I've done enough math for my lifetime. I don't come here to play math. I came here to wasteland people. Pretty sure he's dead. For the record. Yeah, okay. Alright, awesome. Well, that was fun. I'm gonna record another set with Azusa. It might be my current favorite deck. Anyway, I'm having fun. I hope you guys are too, and I'll see you later.